It's true. Could happen. But not today. Not today, everyone, because we have three fantastic guests. And these guests, you know them all. They're huge names. This is a stacked lineup. It's a triple badge day, everybody. Triple badge day. We've got Recon on the show. Jill with a G and Bart. A whole lineup. Any of these guests today could be a whole show. So much to talk about, so many things that we could get into. I mean, what are you going to do? Three fantastic, gigantic guests. One more time, in case you missed it, everyone. Three guests. We have Recon, Jill with a G, and Bart all on the show today. So you don't want to miss any of the conversations that we have. During these conversations, you'll get to learn a bit more about some of your favorite streamers. And if you haven't met any of these streamers, what a fantastic opportunity to find a new favorite. So make sure that you stick around, everyone. All right. Again, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do this. Recon, if I can go ahead and have you request the box before we get into all this, everyone. I want to know how you're doing. How you doing in the comments? Let me know. We've been doing this show over 2.5 years now. So the content's going to get a little fresh today. We're going to do some would you rather questions. We're going to get a little bit into the spice, right? Not too spicy. Not like maybe a Popeye's mild blend as opposed to like the Popeye's hot blend, right? We got to do the mild. All right, just the mild spice, everyone. All right, so once again, everyone, please stay tuned. Hit the favorite button. If you have not, you can go and hit the top, hit that favorite. It's a little star that you see. If it's your first time here, like I said, if it's your 20th time here, you're like, I'm still kind of on the fence about hitting the button. Maybe, I don't know how to persuade you. I after 20 times, I don't know what I can do. I don't know what I can do, but maybe Recon can convince you, because ladies and gentlemen, our first guest of the evening, the wild man himself.
How's it going, Chris? How you doing, buddy?
Look at this guy with the mug.
I don't give a sip. Hello?
He doesn't give a sip, everyone. We like that. This is a family show, and so because it's a family show. Recon, it's wonderful to see you, my friend. Thank you for jumping
You too, Chris, man. How you been?
I'm so great. I feel like you've been staying pretty busy, at least pre-pandemic. I know that you were doing quite a bit of traveling, weren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Over the pandemic, traveling lots down to the States, having fun with good people and meeting new people and, heading on adventures. But prior to that pandemic, I was always on the road. And, it kind of put a hold on traveling internationally. And I think for everybody that kind of slowed the world down a little bit. And so it's nice to see that the world's opening back up and everybody gets to be able to go around again,
It did slow down a bit, but right now is a good time to recall some of it, because leading into these coming years, hopefully we'll have the opportunity to do more of that. Where were some of the places that you were going prior to the shutdown? It wasn't just domestic, I know that.
No, I actually ended up, after leaving the military, I got on a plane and I flew to Paris with no plan, no structure, no place to stay, just kind of get lost, Sometimes we all need to get lost a little bit. Yeah. And in the end, one of probably the most memorable parts of that was not having a plan. You meet people, right? You meet people in your life in different places of the world, just like you do on Meet Me and POF and Scout and this whole entire place, right? Yeah. And sometimes you just got to go with it. So I ended up leaving Europe, meeting some people from Australia, traveled to Australia, and I ended up living there for like an entire year. And I never came back. I didn't have a plan, didn't wear shoes, lived on the beach, and just had a blast, right? And my visa ran up, and I ended up having to leave the country because I stayed too long. So my brother at the time lived in New Zealand, and I was like, well, I'm going to go surprise him. But when I got to Auckland, he was already gone. He had met a girl and flew to the States, and he proposed to her, and I didn't even know that. So I was like, well, where do I go from here? Well, I ended up hitchhiking all the way from the North Island of New Zealand all the way down to the South Island, and it was just a really interesting experience, the kind of people that would pick you up on the side of the highway, right?
Yeah.
And
let's slow down. You got so many, I'm pun intended here, you've got a lot to unpack with all this traveling that you're doing.
Absolutely.
So let's start from the beginning to give the story some chronological sense, okay?
Okay.
You're former service member. You're
I
former
was,
service.
yeah, from 2006 to 2010. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And what role or what position were you in
I was
service?
Group Battalion Princess Patricia Canadian Light Infantry, but then I got remustered into working internally and doing investigations with NIS and CSIS.
Wow, that sounds
Hence
fancy.
recon, you know?
Recon, yeah.
I got information.
So you were an information seeker. How is that like what you see in the movies? Were you espionage, sneaking around the corners, or what? What
Wasn't quite like that. It was. There was some situations where things were questionable, but in the end, it wasn't quite like that. It was more paperwork, numbers, phone numbers, you know, tracking things and following the leads, right?
Okay. 4 years of service, and then you hightail it to Paris.
Yeah, I actually flew there because when I left the military, I had hurt myself and I sprained my ankle playing basketball in the gym. So I kind of got put on the sideline, and it really affected like the mentality. You lose your comrades, you lose the camaraderie, and you're sitting there, right? So I actually didn't re-sign my contract. And after about 6 months of being out, I had no structure. Like I said, I was lost. So my initial motive to fly to Paris was to join the French Foreign Legion over there. But then when I got there, they said, you know, you have to surrender your passport, you have to join under an assumed name, and you can only speak French. So I called my father at the time. I was like, yo, this is kind of what they're laying out. This shit's kind of crazy, you know? And in the end, he's like, just make the decision for yourself. So I ended up well in Rome, so to speak, traveling around. But then it just kind of carried on, and I ended up traveling around for almost 2 years. And by the time I came back home,
Wow. Everyone, if you're just tuning in, this is Recon. He's a world traveler, serviceman. You can't even find him. You don't know where he's at. He's just everywhere. Australia, then New Zealand?
Yes, Australia, then New Zealand. Yeah.
What are some of the differences between Australia and New Zealand? I'm coming from an ignorant standpoint here. I'm sure there's plenty of differences.
The people, the culture. Yeah, it's completely opposite from one to the other. You get the Kiwi and then you get the Aussie, right? And they always had that. It's kind of like the U.S. and Canada. You know, we always had that kind of same, but we always are a little different. You know, so. It was really the people, and other than that, it was a lot to do the same.
Yeah. While you were in New Zealand, did you ever encounter a weta?
No, I didn't. No.
Do you know what a weta is? A weta?
I do not. I encountered a kiwi though.
A weta is a giant insect. They're huge. And apparently they will have swarms, or they'll move around throughout New Zealand. They're domestic there. So I was curious if you'd seen. In your travels, have you ever encountered a crazy bug or any type of
Actually, okay. So when I was living in Australia, I wanted to get like that outback experience, right?
Yeah.
So I went out and I just did this like work project on a sugarcane farm for about a month, and just to experience it. And the craziest thing that I did there was a wild boar hunt in the sugarcane with dogs, and the dogs wear Kevlar vests around their necks, and they draw the wild boars out of the sugarcane, and they hold them there. And I won't get into too much detail, but you just have a nice feast after, you know what I mean?
Wow. So that
was a really good experience.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And then, so you wind up back in Canada. How does this all play into live streaming? I can't imagine, you're so busy going so many places. How do you find the time to pick up a device and go, let's see what's on in the virtual world?
Well, what brought me on to, I originally started on POF, and then I moved over to the Meet Me world, which has been great ever since I've gone over. And what brought me on there was, honestly, I was working a lot. I've had, you know, steady career for the last 5 years, started a family business, and I was looking for friendship and compassion and, you know, a good place to be. And I really found it on here. So over time, you know, I took some time off to stream and meet people and go with my gut for the last year. And it's really been great. Yeah, I got nothing bad to say about it.
Well, I mean, well, that's great to hear, because you turned it into something very successful for yourself. when it comes to live streaming or the live world or the live community, do you feel like it's difficult sometimes to draw the line from here's my virtual self to here's my personal off the app self, or do you believe that they are entwined?
I believe they're completely entwined, because who you try to be on screen affects who you see yourself off screen, right? So sometimes it's hard to be yourself and give everybody what they want. You know what I mean? So you really have to find a balance on your reality and what you make of this reality.
Yeah.
I think you're better off to bring more of the two together than you are to separate them, in my opinion.
With the amount of traveling and being around the globe that you've done, do you see yourself going to places where you've met people from these platforms?
100%, absolutely. And I probably would have done a whole lot more of that in the last year than you know, on any other normal circumstance without the pandemic, right? But I do look forward to it, and you know, you never know what the future holds.
Yeah. And did I catch correctly that you're an entrepreneur? That you started? Did I get that correctly?
Yeah. So after the military, I installed wind turbines. I built high rises in downtown Vancouver, and I've really been a hands-on kind of aspect, concrete construction. You know, I've renovated my entire house myself. I really love doing that. And I was working out in hydraulics for farm equipment for Borgo out here in central Canada. And my dad reached out and he's like, hey, we're about to buy this business. Would you like to come and start it? And I was like, okay, well, he's like, you got 10 days, sell your house and move, and then let's start this thing. So
you're not a stranger.
Almost 6 years ago. Yeah, so almost 6 years ago, my father, two more partners and myself, and about 3 other employees started a business, which was owned by Supreme Office Products, which is Supreme Basics here in Canada. They didn't want to do any contract furniture anymore for like a Tech Neon product with just like those glass walls, like the height adjustable desks and all that, right? And so I just sold my house instantly. It was like 7 days, sold the house, packed up the family, packed up the dog, moved, and away we went. And now today it's about 133 employees, and we're building our 2 new buildings, and it's just been really, really fun.
I don't know if there's a better adjective for you than spontaneous. You're not a stranger to just changing and packing up and going. Is life only lived once?
Live for now, not for later. You know what I mean? Live for now, not for later. Because later's not always guaranteed, you know?
Sure.
And the best part about memories is making them, you know? So if you don't do it, you're never going to live it, right?
It's interesting too, because fun fact before we wrap up everyone, this is Recon. Make sure you're hitting the favorite on him. He's our first guest of 3 tonight, so make sure you stick around. In order to do well at what we're about to talk about, you have to stay in one place for a certain period of time because it literally has to grow. I hear that you got a bit of a green thumb. How can that be if you're moving around so much?
Because it's all about succulents and family, right? So when you're not around, you gotta have people to back you up, you know? And like succulents last forever. So I can show you a little bit. Like that tiger lily's from my backyard. This tree I've had for like 11 years. This one I just cut down. He's been here for a long time. You know, there's plants everywhere in here. And we could do it for a little walk in the backyard if you really want to see.
I guess we're going on a field trip.
But what about
it's a really cool space you have too.
You know, they clean the air, they clean the space. They're nice to look at, and like they smile, right?
Right.
So like if you look in the back, sorry for the brightness, you know, we got all these daylilies out here. We got these guys, we got some strawberry bushes, we got some more little hanging boys. We got the little dog here, but look at all these lilies that bloomed, you know?
Wow. That's so it really is a deal. You do like the plant. That's very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Recon, time just goes by so quickly doing this conversation. So I'd like to give you the floor before we wrap up. Is there anything that you'd like to touch on that we've missed, or in this brief get to know you that we've done? Anything that you'd like to highlight?
Well, you know, to be completely honest with you, Chris, one thing really hits home that I would love to say is sometimes you guys in the streaming world, outside energy can affect your own energy. So just make sure y'all protect your own energy and just be real. You know what I mean? It'll help you out in the end.
How would you recommend people do that? That's a good piece of advice. Let's expand on it. How would you recommend people, quote unquote, protect their energy?
Self-reflection.
Self-reflection.
Reflect on yourself each day. You know, think about what you did better for yourself today and for others. And then you'll see where you can fall short for tomorrow. You know?
That's good advice. That's good.
Thank you.
Cheers. Hey, everyone. You heard it here. Favorite Raycons are earbuds. Raycons are earbuds. Favorite Recon. Hit the favorite on them.
Chris, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. You're a very interesting person. If you want to get to know him more, make sure you hit the favorite on him. Go check out his stream. Thank you so much for being on the show, man. Cheers. Got the water in the cup going. Everyone, it's Suited Up. We do this every Wednesday, 9 p.m. That was Recon. He's our first guest of 3 this evening. Not to take anything away from him, but hey, we've still got Jill with a G and Bart up, so you don't want to go anywhere. If you're curious as to what this show's about or the purpose of it, well, this show's been around for almost 3-some years, and it focuses on influencers, movers, and shakers, and relatively people who have an interesting story on all of the platforms. So whether you're on Meet Me, Scout, Plentyfish, Zoosk, you have a home here and a story to tell. Well, please come on the show. We'd love to have you as a guest. Someone in the comments, her name's Skylight. She's responsible for helping me do these bookings. You can see her in the comments below. At this time, Jill with a G, will you please request a box, because we've got so much to talk about. All of the guests today, like I said, they could have their own dedicated show. They're all the cream of the crop, best streamers, best personalities, people to look up to. But right now, things are going to get a little fishy. Jill with a G. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
So just so everybody knows, it is now 2:20 in the morning for me. I have booked a day off work to do this.
I know you have. And I was about to reference that to say you are MVP as far as effort goes. You took a whole day off of work in order to be on the show.
I have. Look, I've even put earrings in.
They're beautiful. Those are so nice. I mean, you look like you're going to a formal event. I really appreciate it.
Listen, you're in a suit and a tie. I've put a dress on and my earrings.
Okay.
And my messy bun.
So this is proper attire. This is proper attire. Yeah. Would you say that you're formal most of the time, Jill? For the people who are just now getting to meet you, no?
No, I'm very relaxed. I have a very relaxed stream. Very relaxed. But on Fridays, I get very dressed up.
You do?
I get very dressed up. I can be a cheerleader. I can be an 80s star. I've been a bunny girl. I do everything on a Friday.
What are you referring to? What happens on Fridays?
Fridays, I do a theme stream on my streams on a Friday. So we have different backdrops. We have themes. We have movie nights. We get dressed up. We have fun. We have fun. That's the thing. We have fun.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be on a live stream, I think that's a great starting point, is to have fun. Yeah, all right, that's definitely what this is about. Just to backtrack for a moment here, you said it's two and change right now, 2:20 in the morning. Clearly, you're not in the States. Where are you from, Joe?
I'm in England, in the UK. I'm in the northwest of England.
Okay.
So I'm not in London. Everybody thinks as soon as they hear England, everybody lives in London. There's nowhere else in England, only London. But no, I'm not in London. I'm closer to Manchester and Liverpool that way on.
Right. It's like when you're from Michigan and everyone says Detroit, right? It's Detroit. So I understand what you're saying there. Are there differences between the different UK dialects or accents? Are there noticeable differences?
Yes, I can tell you an interesting fact about England. England, every 20 miles in England has a different accent.
Every 20 miles has a different accent.
Every 20 miles, there's a different accent in England.
Wow.
Give or take. Give or take a couple of miles.
What would you consider or classify your accent to be?
I'm classed as a woolly back.
A woolly back?
Yeah, I'm in between Liverpool and Manchester. Manchester's a Manx, Liverpool are Scousers. So Liverpool sounds like, are you all right there, love? Do you want to go for some chicken and chips?
This is good. This is good. Okay, so let's do a little compare and contrasting here because you've had a lot of exposure to other countries, regions. Now that you've been a broadcaster, and a great,
Yeah.
successful broadcaster at that.
Thank you.
Have you noticed any differences between cultures, norms, conversational topics?
A lot. I'm actually going to be doing a stream, me and my friend Misha, where she's going to have a whole load of things from America, and
Yeah.
I'm going to be having a whole load of the same things from England, and we're going to like compare what things are called. So that's going to be good. That is going to be good fun.
Can
Gonna
you
be
give
good
us
fun.
Can you give us a teaser of maybe just one that we
Well, these
Walkers?
you call
What?
them chips. We call them crisps.
That's the logo that looks like Lay's potato chips.
It is.
In
The same
the comments, do
company
you
owns-
agree here? Those look like Lay's
The same
packaging,
company.
right?
The same company owns both Lay's and Walkers. It's the same company.
Really?
Yes.
I never would have known. And you call those crisps.
Crisps.
Crisps. That makes sense.
And you call them chips, whereas in England, chips for us are like a fatter French fry.
Okay.
Yeah, like steak fries for you in America.
Yeah, this is good fun. This is good fun. Okay. Out of everything that you've seen then, is there a reason or something that has inspired you to go, wow, I'd really like to try that or learn more about that from any of the other countries that you've
I love learning new things about everybody every day. It makes things exciting. It makes things exciting. I try and pick up phrases. You don't know how many times I've tried to do the American accent. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I can't, honestly. I can't. The only thing I can say is bye, Felicia. Bye. Bye, Felicia.
One more time.
Bye, Felicia.
I hear like a few different accents in that, but I like it. I like it. I'm into it. If you're gonna pick up one thing, I guess that's one to pick up.
Yeah.
How about this? At the end of our conversation, I'll try and do my best version of a UK accent.
Yes. Yes.
All right, we gotta save that till the end though. So everyone, if you want to see some bad copying, I don't know what we call it.
It can't be any worse than my American. It can't be any worse than my American. That's shocking.
We'll put it to the test. We'll put it to the test. You're a Plenty of Fish streamer, correct?
Yes.
In fact, you are a Plenty of Fish streamer with many accolades. You were the first Plenty of Fish streamer, female from the UK to get a top badge. So it's very specific. Yeah.
I was, and I'm very proud of the fact. Very proud of it.
We covered
They've
this.
been amazing with me. I can't fault them. They've been amazing.
We covered this on the rundown quite a few months ago, but for the people who missed it, why is it so special to you? And you say you're very proud. Why is it something you're so proud of?
Because I worked so hard for it. I did from when I first started streaming. I streamed every single day for 7 months without a day off. I never had a day off. I streamed every day, honestly, numerous times a day. My kids stopped talking to me at one point because they said, you do nothing but live stream. All you do is on live stream, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, it makes me happy. I can't do anything else. I couldn't do anything else. We was locked up. We were stuck in the house. Couldn't do anything. So do you know what? I enjoyed my time. I had the best lockdown ever.
I mean, if you're gonna make friends, I think it's a good way to just have to spend a lockdown. Yeah. Why though? Was that something you wanted to commit to? Because I understand that you did commit to it, but why did you commit to it?
Because I was, the more I did it, the more amazing people I was meeting along my journey. And the more you meet, the more you want to meet. Mm-hmm. And it was just, I just love meeting new people. I love how different people react around you. Because I'm a person that brings out, I just bring out positive energy. I love positive energy. What you see, I'm on week 5 of having a chest infection from my second COVID jab. So I've been struggling for 5 weeks, but do you know what? We've still had a laugh. We've still had a laugh. We've still giggled and still streamed every day and still gone for it. It's been brilliant.
When you say second COVID jab, you mean second shot or your second round of having?
Oh, my second shot.
Second shot. Okay. I didn't know if you meant you had COVID twice. I'm like, oh my goodness.
No, I've not had it. No, I've not had it.
I'm going to take a leap here with some assumptions, okay? As a person who had downloaded Plenty of Fish originally, did you know that there was live streaming?
No.
No.
No, I had no idea.
Is it a fair assumption or fair leap to say that you had been interested in seeing what the dating field looked like?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about
I've been on Plenty of Fish numerous times previously.
Okay.
The dating side, and downloaded it and deleted it maybe 2 days later because it drove me insane. So I don't even look. I do not even look at messages. Don't look at anything on that side. But what I will say, if anybody from Plenty of Fish is here, you need to do inbox gifting. We need inbox gifting on Plenty of Fish. We're missing out.
They'll take those comments at a different point. I'm curious though. When it comes to love, because who doesn't like a good romance story, right? When it comes to love, what are you interested in, or what is it that you're looking for?
I am not looking for a relationship at all.
You're not?
No, and I'm not going to go into it any deeper because it's a personal choice I've made, and I just don't want to.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm actually happy with me as a person. I actually like me and my own company and enjoying myself and not having a man chewing my ear off all the time.
Well, before we do that, everyone, this is Jill. She's not on the market, and she's our second guest of the evening. This is Suited Up. We do this every Wednesday at 9 p.m. And she just said that she's comfortable with herself. You're happy with yourself. We can take the conversation in a different direction then, because I would imagine there are people who would love to arrive to that same content, to be in a point where they're happy with themselves. What would you say helped you arrive to that point?
I would say you need to remove certain things from your life to make you appreciate yourself. Instead of concentrating all your concentration on somebody else, you need to be able to concentrate on yourself and learn to really, really, really love yourself. Because I never loved myself for a long time before this. But honestly, you need abstinence to appreciate yourself.
Interesting.
You do, definitely do.
You're a humble person, but I'm going to make you a little uncomfortable here by asking you, what are some things that you've learned to love about yourself or that you now appreciate?
I used to be very body conscious. I used to be very, very conscious of my body because I was a little bit overweight and I was always worried about dieting and all sorts of stuff. But people, because I've seen such a wide range of people from all over the world, and people see you in a different light. People give me compliments, and I used to struggle so bad with compliments. I was bad taking compliments. I couldn't take them. Honestly, I could never take compliments, but now I'm like, oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So, listen, what I will say, I'm 53 years of age. I'm not young whippersnapper. I'm 53. You know what I mean? I'm a more mature streamer, but I tell you what, I can give all you young'uns a run for your money.
I love it. We love it. We love it. My mom had joked before about live streaming and saying, well, you know, I can't live stream because everyone's a different age than me. I've had other people in my family say that. My mom watches this, believe it or not. So if you want to talk to her, right on, say, hey, you would fit in. Mom, you can't stream. I won't let you. But
if my mother was still alive, if my mother was still alive, she would have loved this. My mother would have loved this.
She would have loved it. What would you say to the demographic of people who may find themselves in those shoes where they say, oh, I don't know if it's for me. I might not fit in. You found confidence and know that you fit in. Why do you say?
Click the live button. Don't get put off by ignorant, stupid people that say stupid things to you, because people do say stupid things to you. You've got to see past all the negative comments. Bring forward the positive comments and enjoy it. Have laughs, have jokes. Just be yourself. Don't pretend to be something that you're not. I'm exactly the same person off this app than I am on it, but I do swear a lot more when I'm not on here.
At least not
I
here.
can curse a lot.
Yeah. You have talents. Surprising fact. Name of the game today, some surprising facts. I heard a rumor that you can reach your nose in an unlikely way.
Yeah.
What is that way? What? That's gross. Were you a kid?
I bet they're all trying it. I bet you everybody in the comments is now trying that. I bet they are. They're all doing it. All of them.
Everyone.
Trying it. Call me ASAP.
Is that a lifelong skill that you've just always had?
I don't know how I found it out. I just managed to do it one day and it just sort of stuck. And everybody went, "Ooh, how'd you do that?" And I was like, "I don't know."
It's probably a good bar trick, you know? You go to the bar and say, "Hey, buy me you would say a pint. I'll take a pint if I touch my nose."
Oh, right, it's your turn. It's your turn. You got to do it.
Me? I tried. It just looked like I couldn't. I can't. I look like I have something.
You've got to try. You've got to say something now in the best English accent. It's your turn.
Oh, yeah. All right. Give me a sentence to parrot, and I'll try and imitate what you do.
Hi, Jill. Hi, Jill. Will you please go and make me a cup of coffee?
Okay. Everyone, welcome to Suietd. My name's Chris. If you're tuning in, I'm sorry that you're about to see this. But if you would like to have or if you'd like to give me another shot, you can come back next week at 9, and I promise I won't do what I'm about to do. All right. Here we go. Oh, what? Hold on. I can figure this out. Hello, Jill. Say it one more time. Look, you said bye, Felicia. Let me have my moment. One more time. Can you do it one more time?
Hi, Jill. Will you please make me a cup of coffee?
Hi, Jill. Will you please make me a cup of coffee? Hi, Jill. Will you please make me a cup of coffee?
Tell you what you sounded like. Do you know what you sounded like? Have you ever watched Mary Poppins?
Oh yeah, no.
Mary Poppins, Dick Van Dyke.
Maybe a little. If I did that around you and your fellow Brits,
that was good. That was all right. It was all right, to be honest. Yeah, it was. Well, your English accent was a lot better than my American accent. Put it that way.
Well, if you would like to see Jill on Fridays dress up, wear costumes, if you'd like to see her do more impressions or just get some great life advice, you should hit the favorite button right now on her. She is a top.
Yes, favorite me.
Why not, right? Any last parting words, parting subjects you'd like to talk about before we start to wrap up today?
No, listen, I just think you're really cool people, and I appreciate you having me on your show. And I've been that excited. I've been like this all night. Oh my God.
No.
I wish it was that. Wow, I never like.
Well, it makes me feel so. I can't even tell you how happy that makes me feel. Like I feel very humbled for you to say something like that.
Honestly, I've had a brilliant time. It's been good fun. Honestly, it's been lovely. Thank you, everybody. I don't know who's gifted me and who hasn't, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You should know that on that note, that there are many people that I have heard, not just heard figuratively, I've seen and I've heard them talk that share the same sentiment and respect for you. So whatever it is that you said to me, I promise you, you are someone that has the exact same impression on people. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me. Bye, everyone.
Joe with a G, everybody. Hit the favorite button on her. She's our second guest of the evening, but we still have one more. Big special thank you out to Recon and our top gifters so far today. We have good listener Queen B, who was her birthday yesterday. Babe Ruth, More Miserable, and Angel. Those are the top 5 today. If you don't know, also, More has a very special edition of Pet Profiles going on tonight. It's a pet fashion show. More, are you still here? If you still are here, I'd love for you to plug your show to talk about this pet fashion show, because it's so unique. It's so cool. I don't think Moore's here anymore. Or maybe he has this playing off the background. He's scrambling. We can pretend. Someone send an SOS out to More. But we can leave that until later. Skylight is also in the comments, everyone. If you have any interest in being on the show, if you have questions or you would like to follow up with some of the guests, you can see her in the comments. Go ahead and give her a follow. You can shout her out. You can also click my name here, and it'll bring you to my Instagram. Anyone who follows me, there could be an Uncrustable underneath your pillow. It's a rumor. But if you follow me on Instagram, an Uncrustable may magically appear underneath your pillow before you go to sleep. It's a rumor, though, so you can't hold me as this is a rumor. So you gotta, in order to find out, you gotta go to the Instagram, hit the follow, and then if it's not there, you have to maybe wait plus or minus 50 or
7 people text me. Chris Casper wants you.
More, tell us about your special edition of Pet Profiles tonight.
So this is going to be the first ever Pet Profiles fashion show. We actually have a trophy, an actual trophy for the winner, isn't that?
What?
Yes, it's a dog trophy. Isn't that cool? Only $28.99 on Amazon, but I'm a Prime member, so I got $2 off.
What does the fashion show mean, though?
So you're gonna have, normally we have pet owners come showcase their pets in the box, tell us why they love them so much. Well, today they're gonna be dressing their pets up in costume, and then starting tomorrow they're gonna be in tournament fashion, gonna be facing each other on a vote in my Instagram stories, and we're gonna show the different pets in costume against each other, and then whoever the winner is of those little votes in my Instagram story is going to be able to take this bad boy home.
Wow. Crazy. So you have to follow him on Instagram in order to cast those votes.
So we all know if Sobaka here was a contestant, she would win. Sobaka, show them your Abercrombie and Fetch outfit. She's not really feeling it.
Wow, that is a fashion icon right there.
She said, pick me out something that Chris Casper would wear. I said, oh yeah, I got you. Let's go to the Abercrombie and Fetch section. So.
All right, hit the favorite on More. Thanks so much for plugging the show, dude.
Thanks for the plug, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. I've also seen Jameson in here, Skylight, so many of the other show creators. If anyone would like to follow some of these shows, make sure you check the banner. Speaking of show hosts, though, everyone, our third guest this evening, who is now requesting the box, Mr. Bart. Bart, reporting to the building. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Suited Up. We do this every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Special thank you to Recon. Special thank you to Jill with a G. And now we are being blessed by the Bart.
Hey, man, your hair's looking very good tonight, Chris. I just want to say.
Your hair looks spectacular, my dude. I love it.
Man, you know, we try, you know that.
Yeah. In the
How's
boat,
it
cleaning up?
Well, you know, I'm on the road. I had to improvise.
Well, that's true. And that's a great fun fact to lead off. How often are you on the road, Bart?
Every week, Monday through Friday, I'm traveling. Some weekends I have to stay over. And if I'm not working, I'm traveling to meet people. So,
wow.
I don't even know why I have a place to actually keep my stuff at, to be honest with you.
So anyone who says that they're too busy to stream, you are a top badge, a show host, and you manage to go live from hotel rooms about every night.
Yeah, I take maybe 2 nights off a week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wow.
Until Skylight tells me I need to make an appearance on a show, and then
what can you typically be found doing on those 2 nights off that you're not streaming?
Sleeping a lot. So usually I take Sundays and Mondays off because Mondays I travel, and if I have a 5 a.m. flight, I have to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm trying to catch some sleep.
Wow.
And then by the time I get to the location, I go to work, get off of work, and I'm just so tired. I just end up falling asleep on the bed or the couch.